three-letter word, luck, will beat her here. Her 2 runs so far
Only
have
3
been
letters?
B-A-D.
Oh, bad. I thought you were
I didn't
talking
want to
about
say
luck.
that. But her 2 runs have been very good. Look at the pedigree. Have a look at her. Gate 1, Thompson Gollan. And it was an authoritative win in that maiden. She sort of took the trail, 5th in that field of 8. Tempo slow. She was 4 lengths off the leaders. She got shuffled back at 500, so at a vital point, she shuffled back to near last. And then once he got her to the outside, she showed what she could do. And visually, I thought she looked terrific going through the line. And have a look at that for a presentation.
Oh, that is, that's how you want your $1.35
Yeah.
favourite to look, Maxie. And you can see such improvement from last start to this as well, as you could the time before. Okay, Night Vision, Paul Jenkins, Sean Cormack.
We've got a few big prices down the bottom here, and Night Vision hard to recommend today.
Okay, Paddy Wagon, Barry Baldwin and Malia Castle.
Have you ever been in one of those?
Yeah, I've never been in the back of a paddy wagon, Maxie.
It's by Sidestep, so probably a good name. He's been going okay, but it's been on the poly track on a Saturday at the coast.
And Will Not Quit is the last one, another roughie. Kerry Taplin and Sammy Collett.
Yes, needs to improve a couple of lengths.
Which one was the paddy wagon? Was that the I haven't been in a paddy wagon, but I was traumatised once because my mother was.
In one of those police paddy wagons.
Yeah.
In the back. So she went up the back steps and they put her in the back.
Seriously? No, she went. This is when she was going to university and she got caught, at a protest for something. I can't really remember. But I remember saying, "There's your mother." On the TV. Getting put in a paddy wagon.
Did they lock her up?
Well, not for long. Just how when you're protesting, they can arrest you and then they let you go.
Oh dear, 135 Sacred Feeling. And yeah, we can't fault her. So clearly she's the top pick here. She's on the rise. A lot of these, as you can see, they've all had plenty of starts and they're still sort of at Class 1 level where she's only a recent maiden winner, but there's every indication that she can go, through the grades, make a bit of a name for herself. We'll know more about that today, but I think she can win again, clearly. Valentino Roc, number 9, goes forward and is out of any bad luck at that point. So I think that gives him a chance. Then number 6, Kureder to run on, and 1, Baldassare. Hopefully it all goes smoothly for Baldassare today. 12-9, 6-1.
All right, well, she's loaded, the favourite. She's in the gates and Ben just giving her a nice pad. I'm not really any different other than my 4th number. I put in Annunciation, and there's probably not much between Baldassare and Annunciation. I just thought Annunciation might be better today out to 1,800, but there's everything to love about this favourite, Sacred Feeling, particularly looking at her and, progressing forward. Let's hope she can deliver the goods. Let's get to Anthony Manton now for a market update.
Now $1.40. They continue to back it, and not dissimilar to Beast Mode, who won the previous race. This is even shorter. $1.40 Sacred Feeling. Gold Luck, $7. Valentino Roc, $8.50. Kureder, $12. They can't write their names, and it's all about the 12 Sacred Feelings. Going to go off as a very popular favourite. Let's get to David Fowler for the call.
1. Ran 57.74. It compares to the maiden 57.87. So not a lot of difference in the times, but nevertheless, had to think and considered and move the track up to a good 4 rating after the running of the 3rd race. Now, Intentional As comes up. Annunciation has gone in, Will Not Quit, and Valentino Roc will be the last 2 to load. Favourite runs off the rails, barrier 1. And she's all the rage at $1.40. Having her 3rd race start today. Will Not Quit goes to the outside gate. Night Vision is Towie in centre field. Steadies up now as the starter turns on the red light. Off and racing. Sacred Feeling off the inside began well with Isometric and Intentional As. Now his speed, Baldassare rushing forward. Likewise, Valentino Roc, those pink colours, and right off the track, Will Not Quit. They're all surging towards the fronts of the favourite, is now 5th Sacred Feeling. Followed then by, on the inside, Isometric. Then came at the head of the others, Goldie Luck, Paddy Wagon, and Annunciation out towards the tail with Kureder. They stretch along the back straight, short of 1,400 left to run. And on the outside, Will Not Quit. On the inside, Baldassare, both under restraint. Valentino Roc lobs into a good spot, one of the horses at single figures of the market, 3rd. Sacred Feeling, the favourite, is travelling 4th. And 5th, the outside, was Intentional As. 2 to Isometric on the inside of Night Vision. Goldie Luck is covering Paddy Wagon, and the tail end pair, Kureder and Annunciation. They'd spot the leader around 9 to 10 length start, short of 1,000 left to go. And Will Not Quit leads them off the back straight with a length margin. Racing in 2nd, Valentino Roc, Baldassare 3rd, Intentional As 4th, and Sacred Feeling just idling along in 5th spot, about 5 off the lead as they travel by the 800 metres. Then Night Vision, Isometric, Goldie Luck, Paddy Wagon, Annunciation, and Kureder. Making their way down the side towards the 600 metres, no change to the running order, and Will Not Quit at big odds leads the way. Valentino Roc, though, edging closer now. Baldassare 3rd on the rail as they approach the turn. 4th, Intentional As, coming wider, Night Vision. Now Sacred Feeling navigating a path away from the rail, getting a gap into the open stretches and ready to run on. 300 left to run. Will Not Quit, headed off by Valentino Roc. Intentional As went up to it, and now Sacred Feeling, given its cue, came at an Intentional As and went by it. They're clear of Baldassare and a host of others headed by Annunciation. Sacred Feeling with 100 metres left to go. Now putting pay to its rivals, dashing clear, and she stretches away. Always looks good late, Sacred Feeling, and she does again today. Beats home, Intentional As, Valentino Roc, Kureder. then Annunciation, Paddy Wagon, followed by Goldilocks. Then came Night Vision. Well back was Isometric, Boltray, and Will Not Quit last home. Number 12, Sacred Feeling, Ben Thompson.
Sacred Feeling for the rest of her career. She won the maiden at Doomben, and then she won just as impressive upper class here today, justifying hot favouritism. The race worked out lovely for her. She got a good start for Ben Thompson. A couple paired off there. Will Not Quit ended up taking the lead from Baltray, and the leader upped the ante at about the 900. And then she was back to midfield within 4 lengths of the leaders. He sort of was niggling at her a fair way from home, but she's been able to shunt into the clear at the top of the straight, and the rest, as they say, is history. A 4-year-old mare by Sacred Falls, only start 3 today, so they've taken their time with her, and that no doubt is going to do her the world of good, all of that nurturing early for the future. So she's developing beautifully, Bernie. Sacred Feeling. Ben Thompson giving Tony Gollan another winner today.
Yeah, that's right, Maxie. She just continues to step up to the mark. Let's have a chat with Tony about her. And Tony, she's just delightful to look at, to watch, her demeanour. She's got it all going on. And what do you make of today's win?
Yeah, she's a lovely mare, isn't she? Must pay a bit of thanks to Sonia Waddell, helped us a lot. We bought her during COVID over in the Ready to Runs in New Zealand, and she's a beautiful filly. She always had a lovely action, big raw frame about her. It's all starting to come together now. You would have even seen Bernadette, the improvement in her during the preparation. The horse she was 4 weeks ago at Doomben to what she is now is not the same horse. So she continues to improve. She's still learning what it's all about, but she's got it all there in front of her. She relaxes nice, and she can really use that good change-up speed when she needs it.
And I really like that you gave her the 4 weeks between runs as well. You're tutoring your future stayer here.
Yeah, we had her in a Doomben last week. She drew wide. I was happy enough to go 2,000 there if I drew well, and I always knew this race was here as a backup, a Class 1 plate, 1,800 on a big track like this, and this track's racing fantastic. It was always going to suit her, so it was a perfect race for her. It didn't bother me. Being a month, if you look at her, she's got a lovely stayer's physique about her. She's not a gross horse, and she's got a lovely set of heart and lungs on her, so she's really an easy horse for me to train. You won't get any discounts over there, guys, that's for sure. But she's a lovely mare to train, and she's one that gets you out of bed. I'm very excited about her.
Yeah, and I think she's pretty easy to ride looking at her as well.
I love the way she sprung out the gates today. You know, if anything, she's a little bit on her toes pre-race, and that's her nature at home. She's a bit of a bouncy filly. You wouldn't think so in the run, but she was able to spring, use that barrier 1 to an advantage, then just go back and go to sleep. And when Ben asked of her and give us some clear room, you just see that action. She can really find the line.
I'm anticipating she is only going to get stronger, but I'm dying to know, what are you doing with her? Do you continue on? Have you got other ideas? Look at them all watching you. What are you going to do, Tony?
Yeah, they've all asked me that already today. I love this time of the year to teach these horses that are lightly raced. I think you can pop up through your grades, and you can go a little bit further out of your grade now than what you can when the summer and winter carnivals are on. So I think she's a real winter carnival horse for next year. So everything I do between now and then will be to get her ready and the rating up for that.
Great stuff. Well done, Tone.
Thank you.
All right, there is winning trainer and the shortest prize favourite of the day, Sacred Feeling, salutes and does it easy. 12, 11, 9 and 6, Anthony. Welcome back to Eagle Farm. First leg of the quaddie here, the 5th. Kokonotsu, the favourite, at $2.90, but Esky's around the $5 mark, along with Northern Decree. So Ostermeier, Maxie. And let's have a look at the little fellow. He's trained by Alyssa and Troy Sweeney. CJ Graham in the saddle, and I think he's ready to do something today, Maxie.
I think so. I think if they ride him quietly, he can finish strongly. There he is over there, just having a bit of a jig jog. Gee, he's a beauty, isn't he? You can nearly put him in the car and take him home.
So cute.
But you know what? He can carry big weights, provided he gets ridden properly. Usually likes to, in fact, when we used to see him a year ago, he used to like to settle back and go when he wants to go. And I think he can get into the mix. Definitely, I'd be putting in if you're going a little bit wide in the trifectas.
Vitesse Francais is number 3, Kelly Schweder and Kyle Wilson-Taylor.
Well, he's got a few things going for him today. There's not a lot of depth to this race, and at his best, he's definitely up to it. inside barrier, and he's very fit.
Under the Caps, trained by Stewie Kendrick, number 5 with Andrew Mallion.
Been racing in Rocky, and then last start was third at the Sunny Coast behind Manazzi, beaten about 2 lengths. So that form line should measure up today.
Agnelli's the 6, Andrew Cameron from the Sunny Coast, and Michael Murphy.
Yeah, the 2 runs back have been okay. A bit of an awkward barrier, and this is obviously a bit harder to the Wednesdays.
Kokonotsu, here's the favourite, number 7, Tony Gollan, Jim Orman.
He was very good last starts, in that he led and controlled, and a couple of times we've seen him do a little bit of a dipsy doodle when leading. Where I think you mentioned before, Tony probably like him to be ridden with a bit of cover, but it's just not happening at the moment.
And even today might sort of look a little bit like that.
Well, he's drawn wide, so he's sort of got to go forward. And it did work last time. It's just that he sort of left a little bit of a sitting shot, and he might switch off a little bit the last 100. But Jimmy Orman knows him extremely well, and he gave a good kick last start to beat Roc. Now, Roc was slightly disappointing last Wednesday out of that race. Nevertheless, he possibly sets up shop in front, and hard to run down again, Kokonotsu.
Number 8 is Northern Decree. He's solid at $5. A good-looking horse too, Rob Heathcote, Ben Thompson.
Got him a winning chance here. He's coming off a Saturday 9th behind Tidal Creek. Not a bad effort because the tempo was a bit against him and didn't have a lot of room in the home straight. But at the end of the mile, he was just starting to warm up, I felt. So originally I thought, maybe he'd struggle to run the distance. But off that last start, I'm saying yes.
His stablemate is Aswat with Angela Jones.
Yeah, she goes around and hasn't won for a long time. But the map looks good, and getting down in the handicaps, 56 kilos. So she gets every chance to get into the money here, although it's been a long time between winning drinks.
Paul Jenkins trains the 11 December Diamond with Jaden Lloyd.
Another horse that can possibly go forward here from that barrier. She settles right up there somewhere in the first 4 or 5 and gets a good chance, given the opportunity to relax a little bit early.
Here's Tiri looking at Oh So Beautiful. The blinkers come off today, which could be important because she did pull a bit last start. Chris Waller, Mark Duplessis.
Yeah, last victory was in a maiden over this track and distance at Eagle Farm. And you're right, just a little bit keen last time behind Holstein, so blinkers off today. Fit, and he'd have to be a chance here.
And 15 is Esky from the Chris Waller stable with Damien Thornton.
There he is.
Well, he looks beautiful.
He does. And he's just a 2,000-metre horse.
Yeah.
This might even be a tad short.
And you know what I was thinking with him, Maxie, too? He usually has 1 run a month. However, in August he had 2. So maybe he's sort of at peak fitness today.
Oh, he's absolutely. He looks fantastic. The distance is right today. He's just not a sit and sprint horse, and I think Damien Thornton will know that. If you've got to wind him up before the turn, he'll be really strong through the line today. I'm going to stick with him.
Okay, and 17 is Enterprise Phoenix, John Shelton and Michael Carl.
Yeah, another one going okay on the Northern Rivers, but this is a bit harder.
Esky from the Chris Wallace stable with Damien Thornton.
There he is.
Well, he looks beautiful.
He does. And he's just a 2,000-metre horse.
Yeah.
This might even be a tad short.
And you know what I was thinking with him, Maxie, too? He usually has one run a month. However, in August he had 2. So maybe he's sort of at peak fitness today.
Oh, he's absolutely. He looks fantastic. The distance is right today. He's just not a sit and sprint horse, and I think Damien Thornton will know that. If you've got to wind him up before the turn, he'll be really strong through the line today. I'm going to stick with him.
Okay, and 17 is Enterprise Phoenix, John Shelton and Michael Carl.
Yeah, another one going okay on the Northern Rivers, but this is a bit harder.
All righty, bit of money for Esky, Maxi, 5s into $4.40. Ostermeier, Kokonotsu, rather, the favourite at $2.80. So he's in 10 cents as well. The other one they like is Aswat at $7.50. I missed Northern Decree there, $5.50 into $5. So pretty, I think, slightly open race, really.
Yeah, they're an even group. It's just about positioning and with Esky and getting the right run in transit, but he is busting to win a race. So I've been on him for a while now, just wearing thin just a little bit, but it's not entirely his fault. It's just the way things haven't gone his way. So hoping it does today. 7, definitely Kokonotsu. I clearly think these are the 2, Bernie, the 15 and the 7. If you wanted to go wider in the quaddie, I'm putting the 8 in Northern Decree. And number 2, Ostermeier. He's the one that I think will lurk out the back, and he has a chance of swamping them because his overall form is good. It may be a level higher than this when he was, 12 to 14 months ago.
Yeah, I've got him second pick, actually, and he's had a little $5 each way wager on him. You can actually get $41 about him a win, but whether or not he can win, that's whole another thing. But I'm hoping he can run a place. So I've left him in there for second, but I'm sticking with Kokonotsu. I feel as though he is getting better each time we see him. He's been sort of a slow work in progress. And, it'd be interesting to see. I think they'll just let him slide around a few, and if nobody wants to lead, that's where he could land. But if not, he'll probably take a sit. So he's likely to be facing the breeze, I think, which is a little bit of a worry. But I think he does get stronger each time we see him. So 7 to beat 2, the Ruffy and Ostermeier. Definitely putting in Northern Decree. Great parade. As you mentioned, brings that Saturday form back to midweek here and out to 1,800 is good, I think. And 15, Esky, your pick, is obviously having had 2 runs last month at his peak fitness today. So 7, 2, 8 and 15. Anthony?
Okay, so Kokonotsu is 280 on tab fixed odds, and it's the favourite. But the worst result is Esky late. This is where they're really backing late. $5 into $3.90, and this is by far and away the worst result from a tab point of view. Esky, Northern Decree 480 out to 5, Aswat 6 to 850, and Tiritiri is 15 to 14. So Kokonotsu very popular and has been well backed, but not as heavily supported as Esky late, and it's going to run the worst way from a tab point of view. Is David Fowler.
Kokonotsu will be the last delay, drawn 12 of 12. Enterprise Phoenix's jockey, Michael Carl, in the Brisbane Racing Club colours, the black with the white motif. December Diamond's jockey has the purple cap to distinguish him from Aswat, raced in similar interests. Kokonotsu goes up, light turned on, race 5 Eagle Farm, all set. Ready to break, they're off and racing now. Vitesse Francais on the inside began well. December Diamond nicely away. Northern Decree and Kokonotsu both going forward. They've got Kokonotsu a bit wide early as Enterprise Phoenix booted up inside the pair. So it was Enterprise Phoenix, Northern Decree and Kokonotsu. Kokonotsu and Ormond pushing on towards the front. December Diamond settling down 4th, and 5th away was Agnelli. 2 lengths away then came Esky on the outside of Vitesse Francais. 2 to Aswad covering Ostermeier, and under the cap and Tiritiri, their second last and last. Along the back straight now towards the 1200, and now Kokonotsu dictates the term. Sets up shop in the lead and shows out from Enterprise Phoenix. Northern Decree, those pink and blue colours, sliding up on the outside to be second. 2 away December Diamond on the inside of Agnelli. 2 to the Vitesse Francais being covered by Esky. He's travelling in centre field. Then Aswad on the outside of Ostermeier with under the cap and Tiritiri down at the end. Off the back straight, 900 left to run, and shades of its last win here, Kokonotsu, when it was able to control it up front. It's doing precisely the same today. At a slow speed at the half mile, Kokonotsu leads Northern Decree, who's leaving the leader alone. Third on the inside, Enterprise Phoenix. Agnelli one out and one back. Then came December Diamond, Park fifth inside of Esky. On the improved to six, about 4 off the lead. Aswad making a 3-wide move at the 600. Might flush out Esky. Then came under the cap, Terry on the way forward. Vitesse Francais shuffled out to second last, and Ostermeier turned in last. They flattened for home. 400 left to Rana. Kokonotsu's had a butte Rana. Northern Decree will be the first challenger on the outsider. Esky now roused up, coming up to third and running on strongly. Then came Agnelli. The others are struggling as the sprint went on, but Kokonotsu, short of 200 left to go, is hard against the Rana, nicely clear. Northern Decree and Esky are trying hard. 100 left to Rana. Kokonotsu in front. He'll do it again all the way. And home he goes. Kokonotsu first. For the miners, Ostermeier up for second. Esky third. Northern Decree weakened to run fourth. Then came December Diamond, followed by Terry Aswad. Vitesse Francais, Enterprise Phoenix under the cap. And Agnelli last over the line.
The 7, Kokonotsu, rolling along in the lead, as he did last time. He was here in the hands of Jimmy Orman, and home he goes again. Ostermeier was terrific from second last, storming home on the outside to cut Esky out of the second spot. Esky every possible chance, and then Northern Decree was up handy, just dropped off a little bit late, but it's onwards and upwards for this fellow, Kokonotsu, giving Tony Gollan a third winner for the day. He's by Morris, this guy. That's his third victory at start number 11. Took him a little while to get his act together, but this preparation, he's won 3 of 5. And the other 2 runs have been seconds. So everything's working out well for him. And I think he was a lot better today in the home straight. He'd done a couple of dipsy doodles in previous runs when second and the last start win, but Orman really low in the saddle. Bernie just shaking him up, keeping his mind on the job at this point here, and this guy is just simply not for catching at the moment.
Yeah, he's not for catching at the moment, that's for sure. Tony Gollan joins us for a chat about Kokonotsu, and I know you want to have a race where you can ride him from back, but it's just not eventuating, and he's so good up front.
Yeah, look, he's doing the job. I think he's learning with each run too. He was better today leading. I think he was very lost the other day being in front like that. I'm still positive if we draw well, we just drop behind him and we got a really good turn of foot. But he's just learning with each start. I think I mentioned the other day, he's been like a footy team that's not playing well and still getting the 2 points a lot of the time. But today he's a far more polished performance. It's his 5th run in now for us since we've had him up here in Queensland, and he's loving it here. He's doing a great job, and there's more in store.
He's just a fit, healthy, happy horse, isn't he?
Oh, he's really good. He's a really nice horse, and yeah, he's a lovely horse by Maurice, and a good friend of mine, Will Bourne, picked him out for us, and Martin Digby over here, he's at the races for the first time today with him, and it was just good to put us in to get together, good blokes, and have a nice horse like this that I'm absolutely positive he can get to Saturday grade and do a good job.
Yeah, so this guy and the last one, Sacred Feeling, they're sort of similar in their type and distances and progressiveness.
Yeah, they are. I mean, quite remarkable. I normally come here and win a lot of short course races, but today we've won 3 races over 9 furlong. But he's very much like Sacred Feeling. He's same colour too, a beautiful action. He's a lovely, relaxed horse, and he's still just that work in progress. Bailey Notiff does a lot of work with him, rides him every day, and he was adamant today this horse had really turned the corner coming into this.
He's dead right. Well done.
He's not often right, but he was today.
We won't tell him that. All right, let's have a chat with Jimmy Orman now. Well done. You obviously got there really quickly, and then a couple tried to make you work a bit, but I love the way he just come back to you.
Yeah, he's pretty easy to ride, Bernie. He sort of push button. We've always said he'd be better with cover, but wasn't getting that from out there, but there wasn't much in the race you'd want to follow, so it worked out good. Got a nice cruisy time up front and kept increasing the sectionals from the sort of 800.
And when you ask him to switch off, he seems to adapt really quickly.
Yeah, he does. He's a beautiful horse to ride. He just does what you ask, you know what I mean? So that was good, and he didn't run around too much today. The other day he ran around like he had 3 schooners, but today he only had the 1.
Well done.
Thanks, Bernie.
3 schooners back to 1. He went straight as an arrow today. 7 beats 2, 15 and 8. Anthony? Very good. Well done.
They're all in and set to go, race 6. Red light turned on, 13 running. Racing. They jumped in a good line. Airstrike and Baldassare, the first two to go. Kipling's Journey, ridden with aggression. He's going to clear them pretty comfortably, Kipling's Journey, within 200 metres, in fact. He's the news about fourth away. Van Tan Express and Riviera Blue in the first half of the field. Followed then by Chased On, who's over racing between runners. Give Him Wings caught 3 wide and Daring Bell over on the fence. Then came Confessed. Hang 5 third last. Evocator second last. And Yasmina's last of all. 900 left to Rana. And Big Kipling's Journey travelling boldly in front. Baldassare with the sit in second. He's the news third. And Airstrike, she's tucked away fourth on the fence as they ran by the half mile. Then Riviera Blue, Van Tan Express caught 3 wide. Chased onto those orange and red colours midfield, followed by Daring Bell. Then Give Him Wings a long way back as they went by the 600 was Confessed. Hang 5 third last, Evocator second last, and Yasmin has the entire field in front of her. Onto the turn now, they've got 450 left to Rana, and Kipling's Journey making every post a winning post. Tried to pinch a break on straightening, now 300 left to Rana, being ridden hands and heels, leads away from Baldassare, and He's the News. Anything coming from the back of Evocator starts to run on her. Airstrike to the inside, Chased On held up, and Hang Five's running on strongly. Kipling's Journey's in front, but it's flat now, and Evocator's the danger. Evocator on the outside, raced up, hit the lead from Kipling's Journey, and Evocator goes home too well, beats Kipling's Journey, Hang 5 third, Baldassare in fourth. They're followed then by Airstrike, who couldn't come on. Then Chased On, Confessed, Yasmin, Daring Bell, Riviera Blue. He's the News, Give Him Wings, and Van Tan Express is last. So Evocator, first run for Barry Lockwood, and coming up trumps, beating Kipling's Journey, Hang 5 and Baldassare. The interim result will be 10, 3, 6 and 12. 10, 3, 6, 12, the interim result, with Evocator giving them a start, but in the end giving them a beating. Chris Hurley picks up the button, light turned on, ready to break. Racing Brisbane, jumping in a good line. Rocketati showing early speed. Speed Map and Yowie go fast as well. Gleefully fourth away. Then Starry Eyes, followed by Arcarius on the way forward. Exalted Crown in that division. Porky's off the track but pushing on. Then Sunset Soiree, followed by Rosovo. Poetic Drama, slotting in fourth last, one off the rail. Then Noble Cat, Seafeld and Largo de Brazes last. Into the first bend, just over 1,000 left to Rana. Arcarius worked across the face of the field and took control. Porky goes to second, and Speed Map now lying third in the box seat. Starry Eyes fourth, fifth over on the inside Yowie. Then Rocketati, travelling 6-1 away from the rail at the 800 metres. Then Exalted Crown, followed by Gleefully Sunset Soiree. Might be a bit wide there. Poetic Drama was next to the inside Rosovo. He's in traffic, and the last trio, Noble Cat, Seafeld and Largo de Braze. 600 metres from the judge, Arcarius in front. Leads Porky by 3/4. Speed Map sitting pretty in third. Starry Eyes just being niggled at in fourth. As Rocketati comes up 3 and 4 wide, Yowie sticks to the rail. Rosovo making some ground there as well, then Gleefully. Sunset Soiree pull to the outside with Poetic Drama. They're descending down the centre of the track. A few with a chance here. Porky went up to Arcarius. Speed Map got the inside run. Starry Eyes comes at them. Rocketati can't go on. Sunset Soiree is still running on strongly. And wider out was Poetic Drama. They're across the track, short of 100 to go. Sunset Soiree the leader. Poetic Drama's going to put in a dive. Sunset Soiree on the inside. Poetic Drama the outside. Photo finish. Rosovo arrived for third. Not certain about fourth. Porky prominent with Noble Cat running on. Then came Speed Map, followed by Arcarius, Yowie, Starry Eyes, well back Rocketati. Then came Gleefully, Largo de Braze, Seafeld and Exalted Crown. Last over the line, and Sunset Soiree, I think, will get the bob. Photo finish to the last. The two big guns in the market pairing off. Sunset Soiree reaching the lead. Poetic Drama put in a dive, but it might have been one stride.